Ladies and gentlemen, we don't get a second chance at today. Once the sun sets, it takes with it every unused opportunity, every dream we were too afraid to chase, every word we should have spoken but kept inside. Life is not a dress rehearsal. This is it, the real show. And the question is, what will you do with the time you have left? Some people wake up, go through the motions, and wonder why nothing changes. Others wake up, decide, this is my day, and change their lives forever. The difference isn't talent. It isn't money, it's the decision to act now. You don't have to have it all figured out to make a move. Start where you are with what you have and who you are. Too many people wait until the perfect time. But the perfect time never comes. Every minute you delay is a minute you never get back. Yes, you will face challenges. Yes, you will face critics. But every great life is built on moments when fear said no and the heart said go. Make your life matter by deciding you will not leave this world empty. Give it your gifts, share your voice. Live so fully that your very existence inspires others to rise. The clock is ticking. Your story is being written right now. Don't let it be a story of regret. Let it be a story of courage, purpose, and love. Make your life matter now. Because tomorrow is not promised, but today is here waiting for you to live it. Life gives us no practice rounds. This is not a stage where you get to run through your lines before the curtain goes up. The moment you open your eyes each morning, the spotlight is already on you, and the audience is waiting. Every decision you make, every word you speak, every opportunity you either seize or let slip, it all counts toward the only performance you will ever give. You can't call cut and do it over. What's done is done. That's why every single day carries weight, whether we treat it like it matters or not. Many people live as if they will get another shot at life. They think, I'll do it later, or one day I'll follow my dreams. But later is a dangerous word. It tricks you into thinking time is above done when it's not. Days turn into weeks, weeks into years, and before you know it, the energy, health, and opportunities you once had are gone. You don't get a refund on lost time. Every day that passes without you living with purpose is a day you can't retrieve. Think about it. In sports, players get warm-ups. In school, you take practice tests. In music, you rehearse before the concert. But in life, there's no warm-up period, no second draft, no rehearsal. The moment you're born, the clock starts ticking. And the problem is we don't know how much time is on our clock. That's why treating life like a rehearsal is one of the greatest mistakes a person can make. When you truly understand that life is happening now, you begin to see every moment differently. A conversation with a loved one is no longer just small talk. It's a piece of your story. A decision to work on your craft today instead of putting it off isn't just discipline. It's an investment in the only life you get, and saying yes to opportunities instead of letting fear hold you back isn't just bravery. It's honoring the time you've been given. The people who make the most of their lives are the ones who live as if every day is their last chance to get it right. They don't take time for granted. They wake up with urgency, speak with intention, and move with purpose. They know the stage is set, the lights are on, and the performance is already in motion, whether they're ready or not. And that's the truth. Life is not waiting for you to prepare. It's happening right now. The gap between an ordinary life and an extraordinary one is not as wide as most people think. It's not about being born into privilege, having natural talent, or possessing some rare genius. The real difference is much simpler. Those who achieve greatness make the decision to act, not tomorrow, not when conditions are ideal, but right now. Ordinary people often wait. They wait for the right mood, the right moment, the right amount of money, the right support. Extraordinary people decide that the right time is the moment they choose to begin. Think of the countless dreams buried in graveyards around the world. Ideas never acted on, songs never written, books never started, businesses never launched. In almost every case, the reason wasn't lack of ability. It was the habit of postponing action. Fear whispers, wait. Doubt whispers, not yet. But the people who break through the noise are the ones who silence those voices and move forward anyway. Action is the great separator between those who wish and those who live. Acting now doesn't mean you have all the answers. It means you have the courage to step forward with the answers you do have, trusting that the rest will be figured out along the way. Progress loves movement, and momentum is built by doing, not waiting. Every step you take today, no matter how small, creates ripples that carry you closer to your vision. But if you stay frozen in hesitation, the vision fades and the opportunity passes to someone else who was willing to move. Life rewards decisiveness. Think of moments in history where someone's split-second decision altered everything. Leaders who stepped forward in times of crisis, innovators who launched projects others thought were too risky, artists who released their work despite critics' doubts. These moments weren't fueled by perfect preparation, they were driven by a choice to act now. And it's in those choices, repeated over time, that ordinary lives transform into extraordinary legacies. When you choose to act immediately, you train yourself to operate with urgency and purpose. You stop waiting for luck and start creating your own opportunities. You realize that hesitation is the enemy of achievement and decisiveness is its ally. Acting now sends a message to the world and to yourself that you are ready to claim what's possible. That readiness, even if it's imperfect, sets you apart from the masses who are still waiting for the right moment that never comes. One of the biggest lies we tell ourselves is, "I'll start when the time is right." That simple sentence has destroyed more dreams than failure ever could. The truth is, there will never be a time when everything lines up perfectly. When you have all the money, all the knowledge, all the connections, and all the confidence you think you need. Life is messy, unpredictable, and often inconvenient. If you wait for the perfect conditions, you'll be waiting for the rest of your life. The people who make things happen don't wait for the stars to align. They start under cloudy skies and trust they'll see the light along the way. They understand that progress doesn't require perfection. It requires motion. Every expert was once a beginner fumbling through their first attempt. Every empire started as a single, uncertain step forward. The right time isn't a date on the calendar. It's the moment you decide to start. Starting with what you have forces you to be resourceful. You learn to stretch what's in your hands and maximize the tools available to you. Maybe you don't have the latest equipment, the best training, or a wide network, but you have your determination, your creativity, and your willingness to learn. History is full of people who built something remarkable with almost nothing but grit and vision. Waiting for more would have robbed them of their chance to begin. Action has a way of attracting the very resources you think you need. Once you start moving, you meet people who can help. You discover opportunities you couldn't see before, and you find solutions to problems that seemed impossible when you were standing still. Momentum creates its own form of luck, but only for those who are already in motion. Sitting on the sidelines, wishing for the perfect moment, keeps you invisible to the opportunities that could change your life. Every day you delay is a day someone else gets ahead, not because they're more talented or better prepared, but because they were willing to start where they were. If you commit to acting now, even with limited resources, you'll look back one day and realize that your imperfect start was the most important decision you ever made. Perfection is not the entry ticket to success, starting is. And once you start, everything else begins to align piece by piece. Time is the one resource you can never replenish. You can lose money and earn it back. You can lose possessions and replace them. But once a moment passes, it's gone forever. Every second slipping through your fingers is a second you will never see again. This reality can be either frightening or motivating, depending on how you choose to use it. When you understand the value of time, you stop treating it like something you can casually spend. Too many people live as if they have unlimited days. They procrastinate, put off dreams, and convince themselves they'll get around to it. But the clock is always ticking, whether we notice it or not. The days you spend doing nothing to move toward your goals don't just pause your progress. They push your dreams further out of reach. You cannot store time for later, and you cannot buy more when you run out. The only time you truly own is the moment you are living right now. When you treat each day like it matters, you begin to live with urgency. You wake up asking yourself, what will I do today that moves me closer to the life I want? This shift in mindset turns ordinary days into stepping stones towards something greater. It makes you intentional with your choices, your actions, and even your conversations. You begin to prioritize what truly matters instead of filling your life with distractions that leave you empty. The danger of wasted time is that it often doesn't feel wasted in the moment. Hours scroll by on screens, days vanish in routines, and before you realize it, months or years have passed. Looking back, you see the opportunities you missed, not because you didn't have them, but because you weren't paying attention. The regret of lost time can be heavier than the pain of any failure, because there's no way to get it back. Great achievements are rarely the result of one massive effort. They are built through the consistent investment of time. A little progress every day compounds into extraordinary results over years. But the opposite is also true. A little neglect every day compounds into disappointment. You are either building your life or letting it slip away, and the difference is decided by how you use the moments you have. Every moment is a seed, plant it wisely, because once it's gone for good. No one escapes life without facing challenges. The road to anything worthwhile is never smooth. It's filled with obstacles, detours, and moments where you question whether you can keep going. But challenges are not there to destroy you. They are there to shape you. Just as steel is forged in fire, character is built through trials. Without resistance, you can't grow stronger. Without struggle, you can't discover what you're truly capable of. It's easy to wish for a life free of problems, but a life without challenges would be a life without growth. Every difficulty you face forces you to think differently, act smarter, and dig deeper into your own resilience. The muscles of perseverance and determination are only developed when they are pushed to their limits. If everything came easily, you would never learn resourcefulness, patience, or courage. And these are the qualities that separate dreamers from achievers. When you encounter a challenge, you're given a choice to shrink back or rise up. Many people quit because they see obstacles as signs they should stop, but in reality, they're often signs you're moving in the right direction. The path to your best life will test you, not to punish you, but to prepare you. Every test, every setback, every closed door is training you to handle the bigger opportunities waiting ahead. Without that training, you wouldn't be ready when they arrive. Challenges also have a way of revealing who you are at your core. When things go wrong, your values, discipline, and mindset are exposed. Do you crumble or do you adapt? Do you give up or do you find another way? These moments strip away the easy comforts and force you to face yourself honestly. And often, you discover a strength you didn't know was there, a strength that will carry you through every future storm. The most inspiring stories are not about people who had an easy path. They're about individuals who were knocked down and got back up again, sometimes over and over. They turned their pain into power, their struggles into stepping stones, and their setbacks into comebacks. And that transformation was only possible because they embraced the reality that challenges are not roadblocks. They are the very foundation on which a meaningful life is built.